And I'm not sure if it is comparable to today's stats, but back in the 80s, I was counting like almost every other household in this community was producing a teacher. And we have some very, very good teachers coming out from this community. We have from every other household. And you have some that are from originally or native UMATIC residents that are teaching here. And you have my sister's a teacher, but she teaches in Iran Elementary. And several of our relatives that are products of the school that are teaching, and some of our older ancestors that are also leaders and administrators of the educational community. So just that very short testimony, I'll be more than happy to submit something in writing to submit to your office, Senator Rector. And today we have our family obligations to go to funerals and baptismal and weddings, so we're just going to make it short. And again, thank you so very much. We appreciate your support of our schools, and we thank the both of you for being down here today to help us out with this bill. Sizus Maase.
Thank you, Ms. Morrison. Ms. Kanata?
My name is Rosario Kanata. I'm a resident of UMATIC, and as my sister said, I teach at Inaran Elementary School. I'm a product from this elementary school, and everyone's saying all these great things about the school. I'm in support of the bill because of where I am today. I'm going to be speaking from a teacher's point of view. A lot of the issues that are coming up are to close FQ Sanchez due to the fact of budget. But as a teacher, even though GPSS doesn't have the budget to allocate money to this small school, I'm sure the teachers that are present here will vouch for me saying that we teachers ourselves come up with our own money from our own pocket to support and educating all of the kids that are here. I would love to come transfer to FQ Sanchez, but every year it seems like they're going to close it down due to the enrollment. And if you're looking at the number of students that are coming out of FQ Sanchez, they don't go to Ocean View because they get a scholarship from Mark Carmel Elementary, full scholarship, full flat paid for. And that's just one of the issues that I am kind of concerned with, the fact that we talk about working with small amount of students within our classroom, and yet down here, almost every single class has really raised that gauge that every year they have increased their scores. You give the kids a lot of awards at the beginning of the school year, and then at the end of the school year, the legislature or whoever's in charge with the budget system want to close FQ Sanchez. It's almost like a slap in the face for these kids that do well the year before, and every year they have to face the music with the fact that their school is going to close down. I think you should look with the idea, like what my sister has mentioned, that why don't you bring the overcrowding from Marcia Sablon, Truman Elementary, and bus them down here. If FQ Sanchez, Mark Carmel can bus students all over the island to bring them to Agate, why not bus the overcrowding from Truman Elementary and Marcia Sablon, or even Mariso down to UMATIC? They're not gonna like it just as much as our kids down here don't like going to another school. Them having that ownership within the school, having their own school in their village, really gives them that great pride that they do have a school, rather than having a school emptied out due to the fact of budget. And I'm sure, I heard stories from my sisters and brothers that long time ago, even though there's no money to educate the kids down here, they figure out a way. And as a teacher myself, I feel that the teachers down here are doing a really good job having to keep that score going up rather than plummeting down to the bottom of the bell curve that we expect kids to produce well, even though with the programs that we're kind of implementing within our school system. If there is a guarantee to keep this school open, I will come down here, but my fear is that every time there's an opening down here, there's a shutdown on the school because of budget. And as a teacher, my sister always criticizes me that I'm the only teacher that goes from Monday to Sunday preparing for my students. And I'm sure that the teachers that are here, from my understanding, is that they're doing a multi-class due to the small enrollment. So you have one teacher per 2 grades. And it's very difficult. I teach at Inaran Elementary School. My assignment is 3rd grade, but I teach students from 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So if we can do the implementation in multi-grade, I think you can save just as much keeping the school open versus going to a big school and trying to put all that money in there, and yet the whole system is falling apart. A new school's air conditioning's not working. Down here, we don't really need that much air conditioning because you have the wind blowing from the beach. You have the breeze coming through here, and you can feel the cool air. So I'm in support in keeping it on. I mean, all the different things that everyone's saying, you should keep it open. Common sense would tell you the smaller the class is, the better they do well within the tests that were sort of put up to give the test. I mean, to test the kids. Sometimes we teach apples, but the test is given with oranges questions. So even though with those kinds of challenges the kids have, they still do very well for the school. And yet, every single year, FQ Sanchez is the very first school on that list to be closed down. Why don't they close down some of the schools up north and see the difference if you house more students down here? Thank you.
Thank you. Now, before you guys leave, is there anybody else who would like to speak on this bill? Come on, join the table now, please, sir. Ladies, you don't have to leave. If you could just stay there in case the senator has a question for you. Sir, if you could please state your name and whether you're in favor or opposed.
Good morning, Senators.
Good morning.
My name is Peter Casso, C-A-S-O. First of all, and I am a resident of Pennsylvania and North Carolina, but I was born here. I'm a native son, and my family's from Flores, from Inarajan, and I have property and family here in Malolo, so the South is very dear to my heart. And I want to thank you, first of all, Senator Rector, for bringing the bill up and the issues. I am supportive of your bill, and thank you, Senator Agun, for being here in support. This is very important in terms of legislatively, in terms of where our school. I've been on the island for the past month and a half in terms of looking. I'll tell you, the world does not go forward without an agenda. Everyone is focused with actions to where they're going, whether it's, if it's a business, it's looking at profits. If it's a nonprofit, we're looking for revenue. If we are the biggest, you all are shareholders here as the public, as tax-paying citizens of the island. This is your program. This is your school. And if the powers that be and the issues wish to close down because it's monetarily not advantageous to their budget, then you, as a parent, and your legacy, your children, have a right to voice your opinions to legislation, to community, to the private sector.